right, we have our cinnamon rolls here. There's a couple ways to open cinnamon rolls, and that's probably not the best way, but it was fun. I always gotta try things different in life. If you just do the same things every day, you're not really growing, you're not really learning. Now we got our grand cinnamon rolls out. We're gonna cut these into fours. And I love my ulu knife from Alaska. These things are amazing. Made by Eskimos. That's an actual bone right there. And etched out by a native Alaskan, which is awesome. I got to go dog sledding there, which was super fun in Juneau. What we're gonna do is we're gonna roll these into some Cinnabites. So just roll them up in a ball. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Okay, let's slide that back a little bit. We got a bowl, we got some Oreos. Let's crush these Oreos. Crush them up real good. I got 9 Oreos in here. It's about how much it takes to fully submerge the bowl. This is gonna be our coating area. All right. Now, set that to the side. We've got a cup of melted butter. What we're gonna do here, all right, we're gonna get a little crafty. We're gonna grab our cinnamon ball. I'm gonna get a spoon. I think that'll be a lot easier to work with a spoon. We're gonna dunk that in there. Dunk it in the Oreos. Get it nice and coated. All right. Got our greased pan. We're just gonna make a little station here. Greased pan, and you just wanna put that right there. And we're just gonna dunk all these. You could put a couple of them in there at a time, just to speed up your workflow. And you're just mixing it in, really getting it coated. Just like that. All right, look how good those look. Okay, now we're gonna add some heavy whipping cream, and we're just gonna drizzle this lightly over all the Cinnabites, just nice and light. Okay, beautiful. Now, let's put this in the oven at 350 for 25 minutes, and it's going to be perfection. Ooh, baby, that looks good. Nice and hard on top. Okay, next step. Get that icing from the can and just melt that on top. Just drizzle that all over. Make sure you get it all out. Get you a spoon, a fork or something, get in there. Man. Okay. Which one do I want? Let's take this little guy right here. He looks good. Oh my gosh. Wow. Probably gonna be hot. Yeah. All right, here we go. Oh man. That's so good. It's like crispy, but also really soft on the inside. And those Oreo texture. That whipping cream. Guys, you gotta try this. Seriously, look at that. Okay. Ooh, that was a good one. That was one of my best ones yet. All right, we got the Grand's cinnamon rolls today. We are not messing with those small ones anymore. We're only messing with the Grands today because we are making the best cinnamon roll recipe you've ever had in your entire life. Not just 1 can, but 2 cans. Not the bird. Not to be confused with the bird. All right, leave that icing in there. We won't need that right now. Apparently a top and a bottom on these. Okay, now, got some heavy whipping cream. Got about a cup of this. You wanna drizzle this all on top of the cinnamon rolls. Make sure you get those cinnamon rolls covered. And you want about a 1/4 inch of the whipping cream on the bottom. So make sure if it's not even, you kind of give it a little tilt. Get it over on that side. There we go. You want to have that good base layer. There we go. Just needed that side. So the next thing, we got a cup of melted butter here. We're gonna do about a tablespoon of cinnamon. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball that myself. And then we have 2/3 cup of brown sugar. So there's 1/3, and here's 2/3. And this is going to be our sauce mixture that we put on top of this. And man, this stuff is so good. Just melt that in. Look how creamy that gets. Just like a nice brown sugar sauce. And it's going to be so juicy. All right, you guys ready to pour it on? Let's just pour that right on there. There we go. You want to really focus on putting it on top of the cinnamon rolls. And just cover that stuff up. If some of them missed the brown sugar and just got the syrup, just make sure you go over those again. All right. Beautiful. All right, last step, we're gonna cover this with aluminum foil. We're gonna stick this in the oven at 350 for 40 minutes. Oh man, guys, that turned out so good, that brown glaze. So I melted these icings. I'm just gonna pour these on. I'm gonna go with, let's go with that one. That one looks good. Let's make sure it's, oh yeah, it's nice and juicy because of all that whipping cream. Full piece. Oh yeah, guys, look at that. Nice and hard too. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. Okay, I just gotta dig into this. I gotta see what it's gonna taste like. Is it hot? No, not too bad. Here we go. This is gonna be good. Whoa. That is the softest and just most sweet, easy to eat cinnamon roll. That just like melts in your mouth. That just straight melts in your mouth. Look at how good that is, how soft, nice and cooked. Man, you guys have to check this one out. 2 cans of the good old-fashioned cinnamon rolls. We're gonna do a fun Crockpot recipe with these today. So we're gonna cut those in half, so there should be 16 total. And now quarters.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
That was satisfying.
Now, I'm gonna set that aside for a second. I'm gonna grab this mixing bowl, and in the mixing bowl, we're gonna do 4 eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Let's do 1/2 cup of milk. Beautiful. Do about a tablespoon of cinnamon, so I'm just gonna freehand that because you can't really go wrong with that. And then we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So there's 1. Open this up. Do 2. Beautiful. All right. Now I grab a whisk. You want to whisk this mixture up. Get those eggs broken up. That cinnamon mixed in. This is gonna make some real fluffy, cinnamon rolls. Our favorite cinnamon rolls are like those Cinnabon ones. And I think these will come pretty close to it.
I think so too.
All right. Now, you want to grab your crock pot. And your cinnamon rolls. You want to pour those cinnamon rolls in there.
The crock pot?
In the crock pot.
How do you do that?
You can do anything. Set your mind to it. Just going to kind of break those up. Just get them loose and kind of spread them around there. That looks pretty good. Okay. Now, I'm going to pour this egg mixture, egg and cinnamon goodness. And pour that right on top in there. Look at that. All right. So now I'm just gonna let this cook on low for about 3 hours. We'll check on it and then we'll add the icing. All right, let's see. Ooh, man, that looks fluffy and delicious. So for the final step, we're gonna grab the 2 icings from the cinnamon rolls and we're just gonna
Ooh, everywhere.
drizzle that on there. You wanna use the whole thing. That's where the magic happens, guys. Because it's gonna soak into that bread, get it on the sides, the walls, let it just seep through there. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. All right, let's try this out. I'm just gonna go straight for the middle. I'm the only one eating this, so it's okay. Yeah, it's really hot. Wow, you can taste like the sponginess of the egg with the cinnamon. That is the best way to make cinnamon rolls. Look at that. Oh my gosh. All right, we got our puff pastries. Got 4 of these bad boys on there. We're gonna get a plate or something circular with a 10-inch diameter. And we're gonna do some arts and crafts cooking today, which you know is my specialty. I mean, if you've been on my page for any amount of time, you know that this can go a whole lot of different ways. But if you do it right, then this is gonna be awesome. So I have all 4 of these stacked on top of each other. I'm gonna cut this while avoiding my finger. We're gonna make a really good layered cinnamon roll kind of pastry today. Oh, it looks like that bottom layer had a tough time. Get that out of the way real quick. Okay, there we go. Now feed that rest of that to your dog. Just kidding, don't do that. All right, I have a parchment paper baking sheet. I'm just using a pizza pan because it's already circular. So I have all that there. So we're gonna remove all of them except for that bottom layer, okay? Now you wanna grab 1 1/3 cup of brown sugar. And then you want to add 3 tablespoons of cinnamon to this. Nice and good cinnamon mixture. Brown sugar, cinnamon. All right, and you want to stir this up. Get it mixed really nicely in there. I'm using a dark brown sugar, but I'm sure light brown sugar would taste great too. I just like that really dark, rich color that comes from these cinnamon roll pastries. All right, so we're just gonna blend this in. It's okay if there's chunks because those will melt. Don't worry about that too much. Okay, now that that's looking good, I'm gonna get that bottom layer there. We have a 1/3 cup of melted butter here. A 1/4 cup. We're gonna use a 1/3 of it to pour on this bottom layer. And then we're gonna use a 1/3 of this mixture. Pour that right on there. Beautiful. Kind of let that spread out a little bit. See how it's already melting in that butter? Looks so good. Okay. Now we're gonna grab our 2nd layer. Smash that down a little bit. We're gonna do some butter. Beautiful. Some cinnamon brown sugar mixture. And it's okay if this gets a little bit messy. We'll clean it up at the end, don't you worry. Okay. And then 3rd layer. I'm gonna try starting with this and seeing if it's easier to capture that butter in here a little better. Yeah, this will probably work better to soak it in. We're gonna put that top layer on, press it down gently, Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab this little snowflake imprint. I'm gonna press down. You can use a cookie cutter too, but see how it made that imprint there? Okay. Now we're gonna grab our knife and we're gonna make 16 cuts. So first we're gonna start with quarters. Hear that crunch? All right. How many is that? Is that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So we gotta go one more. Half all those one more time. That you could do just to give it, it's really just for the looks. So it's not too important. I'm gonna do that one more time. Right there. Okay. Now, you wanna get your hands in here, your clean hands. And you wanna do a little twisty action on these. Get those swirls going. You're gonna tie these together, 2 at a time. Just like that. If you keep that center open, you'll understand. Once this thing bakes, it's gonna be a beauty. Grab it and twist it. Don't worry if it's not too pretty yet. Just grab it and twist it. Now, just kind of go around, got any loose ends, just kind of tuck those in. You really want to get that twist effect. That's the most important thing. Okay, one more time. Let's see if we can get a little bit of an indent in here. Oh yeah. Okay, now you want to grab an egg wash. So I just beat up an egg. I'm just going to kind of brush this on there. And this will really just solidify all this together and give it that golden brown look at the end. I feel like I'm getting a little better at this craftiness every time. I know it's not perfect, but guys, for me, honestly, I think we're all pretty impressed right now. All right, now there it is. Let's throw that in the oven on 400 for about 20 minutes and check it out. Oh my gosh, look at that, guys. I'm gonna plate this real quick. Put it on here just to make it look a little prettier. Let's just tuck it in, make it look nice. Okay, now let's let this sit and then we'll put our icing and sugar and prep the top of it and it'll be good to go. Okay, she's nice and cooled off. Now we're just gonna drizzle some cream cheese icing on here. You can make your own, but I like to just really get in there with that. Spread that out. Let it go through those cracks and crevices. And then last step, you want to grab your little mini strainer, pour some powdered sugar in there, and then let it snow. We gotta try this out. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna use a fork. I might have overdone it with the cream cheese, but is there really even such a thing as overdoing it with cream cheese icing? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just gonna pull apart really nice. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that piece. Guys, that looks amazing. All right, here we go. Ready? Mmm. That is good. I've never really made stuff with that puff pastry, but that puff pastry is very good. You gotta try that out.